Hey there! Welcome to this usability testing course on YouTube. I'm excited to show you how to optimize your website for maximum user satisfaction. In this course, we'll be diving deep into usability testing, which is a crucial aspect of user experience design. We'll learn about various testing methods and techniques, analyze real-world examples, and even conduct our own tests to gain first-hand experience. As we progress through the course, we'll explore essential concepts such as user flows, conversion funnels, and first-click testing. We'll also examine the role of heat maps, session replays, and other powerful tools in evaluating website and online store performance. But don't worry, this course is designed for learners of all levels. Whether you're a beginner just starting in the field or an experienced professional looking to sharpen your skills, you'll find valuable insights and actionable tips that you can apply to your projects. Throughout the course, we'll use real-life examples and case studies better to understand the impact of usability testing on user experience. This practical approach will help you build a strong foundation and give you the confidence to tackle usability challenges in your own work. By the end of the course, you'll have a comprehensive understanding of usability testing principles and best practices. You'll be able to plan and conduct effective tests, analyze the results, and make informed decisions to optimize your website or app for a seamless user experience. So are you ready to embark on this exciting journey? Let's dive in and start mastering of usability testing. Lesson 1.1. Today we'll explore what usability testing is. So what is it and why should you care? Let's find out. Usability testing is all about evaluating a website, usually a website or online store, by observing real users as they interact with it. The goal? To spot any issues, frustrations, or confusion that might crop up during navigation. You might wonder how we approach usability testing. Well, there are several ways, such as goal-oriented testing, focusing on users completing specific tasks like buying something or signing up for updates. Exploratory testing, letting users roam free and discover issues or insights naturally. Comparative testing, comparing multiple designs or competitors to see which one comes out on top. Why does usability testing matter? When users interact with a website, they expect a smooth, efficient, and enjoyable experience. Usability testing helps developers and designers pinpoint areas that need improvement, ensuring a top-notch end website. To sum up, usability testing is all about the user. It aims to identify user interface problems, finding anything that prevents users from completing tasks or locating information. Measure user satisfaction. Are users happy with the experience? Does it meet their expectations? Evaluate efficiency. How quickly and easily can users complete tasks and navigate the interface? Validate design decisions, ensuring design choices elevate the user experience. There you have it. Usability testing is a critical step in website development. By focusing on real users and their experiences, we can create interfaces that are more intuitive, efficient, and enjoyable. Stay tuned for the next lesson, where we'll delve deeper into the importance of usability testing and its impact on your website's success. Lesson 1.2. Today, we're going to dive into why usability testing is so essential for your website's success. Trust me, it's more important than you might think. First and foremost, usability testing is all about user satisfaction. When people enjoy using your website, they're more likely to stick around, recommend it to friends, and become loyal customers. Another huge benefit? Cost savings. By catching and fixing issues early in the development process, you'll avoid expensive redesigns and extra work down the line. Now let's talk conversions. An optimized user experience can boost your conversion rates, helping users complete desired actions with ease. Whether that's making a purchase, signing up for a newsletter, or creating an account. Usability testing also helps make your website accessible to a broader range of users, including those with disabilities. Inclusivity is key to reaching more people and making a positive impact. Want to stand out from the competition? A user-friendly website can set you apart and establish your brand as a leader in your industry. Plus, a more intuitive website means less customer support is needed. Users can navigate and use the website without much help, saving you time and resources. Finally, usability testing helps shape your brand perception. When users have a positive experience, They associate your brand with high-quality, user-centric design. In a nutshell, usability testing plays a crucial role in your website's success. By keeping users front and center, you can create an exceptional experience that drives satisfaction, conversions, and long-term loyalty. In our next lesson, we'll discuss key concepts and principles of usability testing. Lesson 1.3. Today, we're going to explore the key concepts and principles behind usability testing. First off, let's talk about the 5 main components of usability. Learnability. Can users quickly understand and navigate your website? A great interface should be a breeze to learn. Efficiency. How fast can users complete tasks once they've mastered them? An efficient interface helps them zip through actions with ease. Memorability. If users take a break, can they jump back in without relearning everything? An intuitive design makes it easy for them to pick up where they left off. Error prevention and recovery. How well does your website help users avoid mistakes and get back on track when they slip up? Top-notch interfaces offer guidance and support throughout the experience. Satisfaction. Last but not least, how much do users enjoy the overall experience? A winning website leaves them feeling happy and satisfied. With these components in mind, let's dive into the core principles of usability testing. User-centered design. Throughout the development process, keep the focus on the end users, their needs, and their preferences. Iterative testing. Perform usability testing at different stages of development so you can catch and fix issues as they arise. Task-based evaluation. Assess usability by having users complete real-world tasks that represent what they'd actually do with your website. Empirical measurement. Collect quantitative data like task completion times and error rates to measure usability objectively and make data-driven improvements. Inclusive design. To reach the widest possible audience, make your website accessible to a diverse range of users, including those with disabilities. So there you have it. These key concepts and principles form the foundation of usability testing. By keeping the end user front and center, you'll create intuitive, efficient, and enjoyable websites. Next up, we'll explore different usability testing methods and how to choose the right one for your project. See you in Lesson 1.4. Lesson 1.4. So you want to dive into usability testing, but where do you start? Today, we'll look at different usability testing methods to help you find the perfect fit for your project. First off, we have moderated testing. This method involves a facilitator who guides participants through tasks, observes their actions, and asks questions to gather insights. It can be done in person or remotely, and it's great for in-depth feedback. Next up, unmoderated testing. This approach lets users complete tasks independently without a facilitator present. Test sessions are recorded and you can analyze them later. It's often faster and more cost-effective than moderated testing. Ah, yes, the classic A/B testing. This method involves creating 2 different versions of a design element and comparing their performance. Users are randomly assigned to one version, and you collect data to determine which one performs better. Now, let's talk about card sorting. This technique helps you understand how users categorize and organize content. Participants are given cards with different topics and asked to sort them into groups. It's fantastic for informing site structure and navigation. Here's an interesting one: first-click testing. In this method, you present users with a specific task and ask them to click on the first element they would interact with to complete the task. It's a great way to assess the clarity of your calls to action and navigation. We also have tree testing, a technique used to evaluate the findability of content within your site hierarchy. Participants are given tasks to locate specific items within a text-based representation of the site structure without visual design elements. Again, it's useful for refining your information architecture. And finally, we have guerrilla testing. This is a quick and informal method where you approach users in public places like coffee shops or libraries to gather feedback on your design. It's a great way to collect real-world insights with minimal resources. In summary, there's a whole world of usability testing methods out there, each with its unique advantages. Your choice will depend on your project's needs, timeline, and budget. Mix and match, and don't be afraid to try new methods to find the one that works best for you. That's a wrap for Lesson 1.4. In the upcoming lessons, we'll explore Plerdy and how it can help you supercharge your usability testing efforts. Lesson 1.5. Today, we'll discuss why usability testing is so crucial for your business's success. First up is customer retention. An easy-to-use website keeps customers coming back for more. They'll be more likely to stick around if they have a positive experience. Next, let's talk about reputation. Word of mouth plays a massive role in a business's success. Users who love your website are more inclined to spread the word and recommend it to others. Usability testing also leads to increased efficiency. Identifying and resolving issues early will save time, money, and resources that would otherwise be spent on costly redesigns or customer support. Higher conversion rates are another significant advantage. A user-friendly website encourages users to take action, whether it's making a purchase or signing up for a service. And more conversions mean more revenue for your business. When your website caters to diverse users, you broaden your market reach. Usability testing helps ensure that your website is accessible to as many people as possible, including those with disabilities. Another benefit? Competitive advantage. A user-friendly website can set you apart from competitors and help you claim a larger market share. Lastly, let's discuss user insights. Usability testing offers valuable feedback from real users, allowing you to better understand their needs and preferences. This information can inform future updates, enhancements, or even new website development. In a nutshell, usability testing is vital for businesses that want to thrive. By prioritizing user experience, you can boost customer retention, increase conversion rates, and even gain a competitive edge in the market. Stay tuned for our next lesson, where we'll discuss how to plan and prepare for your usability testing sessions effectively. See you there. Lesson 1.6. Today, we're going to explore the differences between usability testing and UX testing. Ready to get started? Let's go. First, let's clarify what each term means. Usability testing focuses on how easy it is for users to complete tasks and interact with a website, assessing aspects like learnability, efficiency, and satisfaction. On the other hand, UX, user experience testing, is broader in scope. It looks at the overall experience of using a website, including its usability, aesthetics, and emotional impact. Now let's dive into some key differences between the two. Focus. Usability testing zeroes in on the functional aspects of a website, while UX testing considers the entire experience, including how the website looks and feels to users. Metrics. In usability testing, you'll often measure quantitative data like task completion times, error rates, and success rates. UX testing may include these metrics, but also gathers qualitative data such as user feedback and emotional responses. Goals. Usability testing aims to identify and resolve issues that hinder users from completing tasks efficiently. UX testing goes beyond that, striving to create a seamless and enjoyable experience from start to finish. Testers. Usability testing typically involves representative users, while UX testing might also include input from stakeholders, designers, and developers. So which one should you choose? Well, it depends on your objectives. If you want to focus solely on functionality, usability testing might be the way to go. But if you're looking to create a holistic, engaging experience, you'll want to incorporate UX testing as well. In summary, usability and UX testing are related but distinct approaches to evaluating your website. By understanding the differences, you can select the right testing method for your project and create a website that truly resonates with users. Next, we'll explore the practical side of usability testing, covering how to plan and prepare for test sessions. See you in Lesson 1.7. Lesson 1.7. In this lesson, we'll examine 20 common usability mistakes found on websites. Understanding these issues will help you avoid them in your own projects. Unclear navigation. A website should have an intuitive navigation menu that allows users to find what they're looking for easily. Slow page loading times. Speed is crucial for user satisfaction. Keep your pages lightweight and optimize images to improve load times. Inconsistent design. Maintaining a consistent look and feel across your website creates a cohesive user experience. Poor readability. Choose legible fonts and ensure text contrasts well against the background. Lack of responsive design. Make sure your website adapts to different screen sizes and devices. Complicated registration forms. Keep forms as simple and concise as possible to encourage user signups. Autoplay videos or audio. Unexpected sound can be disruptive. Allow users to choose when to play media. Hard to find contact information. Make it easy for users to reach you by placing contact details in a prominent location. Broken links. Regularly check and fix any dead links on your website. Poor search functionality. Implement a powerful search engine to help users find the information they need. Too many ads or pop-ups. Avoid overwhelming users with excessive advertisements or intrusive pop-up messages. Not accessible for all users. Design your website with accessibility in mind, ensuring it's usable by people with disabilities. Lack of clear call to action. Guide users to the desired action with prominent, well-designed calls to action. Complex URLs. Keep your URLs simple and descriptive, making it easier for users to understand and remember. Content not organized by hierarchy. Use headings, subheadings, and other formatting to organize content logically. Inadequate error messages. Provide clear, helpful error messages that guide users in resolving issues. Overuse of jargon or technical terms. Write content in plain language to ensure it's easily understood by a broad audience. Poor use of whitespace. Properly utilizing whitespace can improve readability and make your website more visually appealing. Ignoring user feedback. Regularly gather and address user feedback to make improvements to your website. Failing to test usability. Conduct usability tests to uncover issues and optimize your website for the best user experience. By recognizing these common usability mistakes, you can create a more user-friendly website that keeps visitors engaged and satisfied. Stay tuned for our next lesson where we'll cover different usability testing tools and techniques. See you there. Lesson 2.1. In this lesson, we'll introduce you to Plerdy, a powerful tool for improving the usability of your website. Ready to get started? Let's go. So what is Plerdy? It's an all-in-one platform that offers a range of features to help you optimize your website's user experience, including heat maps, user session recordings, and conversion tracking. Here are some key features of Plerdy. Heat maps, Plerdy's click. Heat maps help you visualize where users click most on your website, revealing areas that attract attention and those that might need improvement. Scroll heat maps. These heat maps show how far users scroll down your pages, providing insights into content engagement and whether important information is easily accessible. User session recordings. Plerdy allows you to watch recordings of user interactions with your website, helping you identify usability issues and areas for improvement. Funnel analytics. Analyze user interactions with forms on your website to identify pain points and optimize conversion rates. Conversion tracking. Set up goals and track how users interact with your calls to action, allowing you to optimize your conversion funnel. SEO checker. Plerdy's built-in SEO checker helps you identify and fix on-page SEO issues to improve your website's search engine rankings. E-commerce tracking. Explore how Plerdy helps optimize e-commerce by analyzing user clicks that lead up to a purchase. This feature tracks and reports on which elements on product pages and during the checkout process are most interacted with, providing insights into user behavior and preferences. This data allows for targeted improvements to enhance the buying experience and increase conversion rates. Event tracking. Explain how Plerdy can be configured to track specific user actions, such as clicks on particular buttons or links, providing more granular data on user engagement. Feedback and polls. Introduce Plerdy's feedback tools that allow you to collect direct input from users through custom surveys and polls integrated into your website. A/B testing. Plerdy's A/B testing feature allows you to test different versions of your web pages to see which performs better regarding user engagement and conversion rates. In addition to these features, Plerdy offers a user-friendly dashboard, making it easy to analyze data and gain valuable insights into your website's performance. By using Plerdy, you can efficiently identify usability issues, track user behavior, and make data-driven decisions to improve your website's user experience. In the next lesson, we'll dive deeper into Plerdy's features and show you how to use them effectively for usability testing. See you there. Hey there! Welcome back to our usability testing course. Today we'll explore Plerdy's features and functionality in more detail in Lesson 2.2. First, let's discuss heat maps. These visual representations of user clicks help you identify popular and unpopular areas on your website. To get started, add the Plerdy tracking code to your website. Once the data starts flowing, you can view heat maps for any page and compare results over different timeframes. Now let's move on to scroll heat maps. With these, you can see how far users scroll down your pages, helping you understand if important content is being viewed or missed. To access scroll heat maps, head to the Plerdy account and select the corresponding feature. You'll be able to see a color-coded representation of user scrolling behavior, with red indicating areas with the most engagement. User session recordings are another invaluable tool in Plerdy. With these, you can watch users interact with your website, uncovering real-time usability issues. To use this feature, go to the Plerdy account and select Session Recordings. You can filter results by date, device, and other parameters to focus on specific user segments. Plerdy's Form Analytics helps you evaluate and optimize forms on your website. This feature provides data on form field completion, abandonment, and overall performance. To access Form Analytics, head to the account and choose the relevant option. You can then analyze individual form fields and identify potential bottlenecks in the user experience. Conversion tracking is another essential aspect of Plerdy. By setting up goals, you can track user behavior and see how they interact with your calls to action. To set up conversion tracking, navigate to the Goals section in Plerdy, create a new goal, and define the completion criteria. Plerdy will then track user interactions with your defined goals. In this slide, we'll focus on Plerdy's e-commerce tracking. This feature allows you to monitor user behavior on your e-commerce site, tracking product views, add to cart actions, and purchases. It provides insights into shopping patterns and helps improve the purchasing funnel. To start using e-commerce tracking, activate it from the Plerdy account and configure it to align with your product catalog and transaction processes. Next, let's explore A/B testing with Plerdy. This tool enables you to test variations of your web pages to see which one performs better regarding user engagement and conversion rates. Set up different versions of a page, direct traffic to each version, and use Plerdy's analytics to measure and compare the results. This feature is invaluable for optimizing user experience and increasing conversion effectiveness. Feedback and surveys are crucial for gathering direct user insights. Plerdy allows you to create custom feedback forms and polls, which can be deployed on your site to collect user opinions and satisfaction levels. Analyze the responses in the Plerdy dashboard to understand your audience better and make informed decisions to enhance user experience. Finally, we'll cover event tracking. Plerdy's event tracking enables you to monitor specific user interactions on your website, such as button clicks, form submissions. This feature helps you understand which elements are engaging users the most and which may need redesigning. Set up event tracking by defining the events you want to track in Plerdy and start collecting valuable interaction data. This concludes our lesson on Plerdy's features and functionality. Utilizing these tools allows you to gain deeper insights into user behavior, enhance user experience, and boost your website's performance. Join us in the next lesson where we'll guide you through the practical steps of setting up and optimizing these features on your website. See you soon. Lesson 2.3. In this lesson, we'll walk you through installing Plerdy on your website. It's quick and easy, and you can start collecting usability data right away. First, sign up for a Plerdy account if you haven't already. Once you've signed up, you'll be provided with a unique main tracking code and tracking code for A/B testing. These codes must be added to your website to enable Plerdy's functionality. Depending on your site's platform and your level of technical expertise, there are several ways to install Plerdy on your website. This lesson will cover a few of the most common methods. Method 1. Manual installation. For this method, you'll need to add the Plerdy tracking code directly to your site's HTML. Locate the closing head tag in your site's source code and paste the Plerdy tracking code just before it. This method works for any website, regardless of the platform or content management system. Method 2. Installing Plerdy via a plugin. If you're using a content management system like WordPress or Shopify, you can install Plerdy using a dedicated plugin. Search for the Plerdy plugin in your CMS's plugin directory, install it, and then enter your Plerdy tracking code in the plugin settings. Method 3, using Google Tag Manager. If you already use Google Tag Manager, you can easily add the Plerdy tracking code as a new tag. Please create a new custom HTML tag, paste the Plerdy code into it, and set the trigger to fire on all pages. This method keeps your tracking codes organized and makes it easy to manage multiple tags. Once you've installed Plerdy using one of these methods, head back to your Plerdy dashboard and click the Verify button. This step will confirm that the tracking code is installed correctly and that Plerdy collects data from your website. That's it. You've successfully installed Plerdy on your website. Now you can start using Plerdy's powerful features to collect usability data, analyze user behavior, and optimize your site's performance. Happy testing! Hello! In this lesson, we'll be focusing on planning your usability test. This stage is crucial for ensuring that your testing process runs smoothly and yields meaningful insights. First, let's discuss defining your objectives. It is essential to identify what you want to learn from the usability test before you begin. Consider questions like, what are the main problem areas on my website? Or, how can I improve the user flow for a specific task? Having clear goals will help guide your testing process. Next, determine your target audience. Knowing who you're testing with is key, as different user groups may interact with your website in various ways. Create user personas to represent your target audience, considering factors like age, location, and experience with technology. These personas will help you recruit participants who best represent your user base. Now, let's discuss creating a test script. This is a list of tasks that you'll ask participants to complete during the usability test. Ensure your tasks are realistic and representative of how users naturally interact with your website. Include a mix of simple and complex tasks to cover a range of scenarios. Once you have your test script, it's time to choose your testing method. As we discussed earlier in the course, there are several options, such as moderated or unmoderated testing and remote or in-person testing. Consider the pros and cons of each method and choose the one that best aligns with your objectives, resources, and timeline. Next, plan the logistics of your test. Decide on the number of participants, the testing location, and the schedule for each session. Preparing any necessary materials, such as consent forms, pre-test questionnaires, and equipment for recording the sessions is also essential. Lastly, conduct a pilot test. This is a trial run of your usability test with a few participants to ensure everything works as expected. Use the pilot test to refine your test script, iron out any technical issues, and make necessary adjustments before moving on to the main test. And that's it. By following these steps, you'll be well on your way to planning a successful usability test. In the next lesson, we'll discuss conducting a usability test and gathering valuable insights. See you there. Welcome back. In today's lesson, we'll explore how to select the most suitable usability testing methods using Plerdy. By the end of this lesson, you'll better understand which methods to use for your specific goals and requirements. As we learned earlier, there are several usability testing methods, and Plerdy can help you make the right choice for your project. First, let's look at quantitative testing. This method collects numerical data to identify trends, patterns, and issues on your website. Plerdy's heat maps, scroll maps, and click maps can provide valuable quantitative insights, allowing you to see which elements attract users' attention and which may require improvements. Next, we have qualitative testing, focusing on understanding the user experience and the reasons behind their behavior. Plerdy session recordings and user feedback tools can help you collect qualitative data. This information helps you understand users' thought processes and experiences as they interact with your website. Now let's discuss moderated and unmoderated testing. Moderated testing involves direct interaction between the tester and the participant, while unmoderated testing allows users to complete tasks independently. Plerdy can support both types of testing. You can use Plerdy's session recordings to observe users in real time for moderated testing. For unmoderated testing, you can analyze recorded sessions and user feedback afterward. Finally, let's touch on remote and in-person testing. Remote testing involves users participating from their own location, while in-person testing requires participants to be physically present. Plerdy is ideal for remote testing. as it allows you to monitor user interactions and gather feedback regardless of the participant's location. While Plerdy is not specifically designed for in-person testing, you can still use its features to gather valuable data during in-person sessions. Consider your objectives, resources, and constraints to select the right method. No single method is perfect for every situation, so combining methods may provide the most comprehensive insights. In conclusion, Plerdy offers various tools to support different usability testing methods. By understanding the advantages and limitations of each method, you can make an informed decision and choose the right approach for your website. Next, we'll conduct your usability test and analyze the results with Plerdy. Stay tuned. Hey there, in this lesson, we'll focus on one of the most critical aspects of usability testing, recruiting participants. We'll discuss strategies for finding the right people and ensuring a successful testing experience. First things first, let's talk about who your ideal participants should be. Remember, you want people representing your target audience, as their feedback will be most relevant to your goals. Begin by creating a participant profile. Outline the key demographics such as age, gender, occupation, and interests. Also, consider their familiarity with your website, product, or service. Now, where can you find these participants? Well, there are several options. You can reach out to your existing customer base, use social media or online forums, or even work with recruitment agencies that specialize in finding usability testing participants. When reaching out, be clear about the purpose of the test, the time commitment, and any incentives you're offering. Remember, incentives don't always have to be monetary. They can be discounts, free goods, or access to exclusive content. Once you have a pool of potential participants, it's time to screen them. This step helps ensure they fit your target profile and are genuinely interested in providing valuable feedback. Develop a short questionnaire to gauge their suitability. Include questions about their demographics, experience with your website or industry, and availability for testing. After screening, you'll have a refined list of candidates. Now it's time to schedule the test sessions. Keep in mind that people have different schedules, so offer various time slots to accommodate everyone. Be sure to send reminders leading up to the test. This will minimize no-shows and keep participants engaged. Lastly, remember the importance of having a diverse group of participants. Diversity in age, gender, background, and experience can provide broader insights and help identify potential issues that might otherwise go unnoticed. In summary, recruiting the right participants is crucial to the success of your usability test. By identifying your target audience, using multiple recruitment channels, and carefully screening candidates, you can ensure a productive and insightful testing experience. Stay tuned for our next lesson, where we'll discuss how to prepare and execute a usability test. Hey everyone! In today's lesson, we'll dive into creating test scenarios and tasks for your usability testing sessions. We'll explore how to design them effectively to gain valuable insights from your participants. To start, let's define a test scenario. It's a realistic situation that helps participants understand the context in which they'll use your website or online store. When crafting scenarios, focus on the main objectives you want your users to accomplish. Keep them simple while ensuring they reflect real-world use cases. Next, let's discuss tasks. Tasks are specific actions that participants must complete during the test. They're derived from your scenarios and should be designed to evaluate your website's usability. Here are some tips for creating tasks. First, make sure they're clear and concise. Participants should know exactly what's expected of them without any confusion. Second, avoid leading questions or instructions. You want participants to interact with your website naturally, so refrain from guiding them towards specific actions or solutions. Third, prioritize your tasks. Focus on your website or online store's most critical functions first, and then move on to less important tasks. This ensures you cover the essentials in case participants run out of time. Now, how many tasks should you include? This depends on your website's complexity and your testing session's duration. Aim for a balance between obtaining valuable insights and avoiding participant fatigue. As you create tasks, remember to vary their difficulty. This helps you identify potential bottlenecks and areas for improvement across different skill levels. Once you've designed your scenarios and tasks, it's crucial to pilot test them. This involves running a small-scale test with a few participants to identify any issues with your scenarios, tasks, or overall test setup. In conclusion, crafting effective test scenarios and tasks is essential for successful usability testing. By focusing on real-world use cases, providing clear instructions, and varying task difficulty, you'll set the stage for insightful and actionable feedback. Up next, we'll discuss how to conduct a usability test session. Stay tuned and see you there. Lesson 4.1. This lesson will explore how to conduct usability tests with Plerdy's Heatmap tool. We'll cover setting up heat maps, analyzing them, and filtering data for more detailed insights. Let's get started. To set up heat maps in Plerdy, navigate to Heat Maps in the menu and click Set up Heat Maps. On the left side, you can add the URLs of the pages you want to track. Plerdy will automatically add the 5 most visited pages to the heat map reports, and you can also manually add any URL you want to track. Once your pages are set up for tracking, you can view the heat maps to analyze user behavior. Heat maps show you what users have been doing on your site, such as where they clicked, how far they scrolled, and how long they stayed on a page. When analyzing heat maps, select an appropriate time range to ensure enough user interaction data is available for meaningful decisions. Under the time range, you'll find graphs displaying overall website user engagement, including the total amount of clicks, sessions without clicks, and single-page sessions. To access the heat map view, click on the arrow next to a page in the list. The heat map will open in a new tab showing hotspots on the page elements and a Plerdy menu on the right side. The size of the hotspots depends on the number of clicks. Plerdy's heat map tool offers several views to help you analyze user behavior, including click percentage, scroll depth, and mouse movements. These views help you understand user engagement and make informed website design and content decisions. As you analyze heat maps, look for common situations and conclude user behavior. For example, if users don't click on an element you expect them to, consider changing the CTA, color, or placement. If users don't scroll deeply on a page, move important content higher up or investigate why users aren't scrolling. After examining the general heat map data, use filters to examine specific categories of website visitors or behaviors. For more detailed insights, filter data based on device type, traffic channel, click sequence, country, and user groups. Remember to analyze desktop and mobile heat maps separately, as user behavior can vary significantly between device types. Use the menu on the right side to switch between device types, and follow the instructions provided to analyze mobile heat maps correctly. In conclusion, Plerdy's Heatmap tool allows you to conduct usability tests that provide valuable insights into user behavior. You can optimize your website and create a better user experience by setting up, analyzing, and filtering heat map data. Lesson 4.2. Analyzing user behavior with Plerdy's session recordings. In this lesson, we'll emphasize the crucial first step of setting up, analyzing, and filtering session recordings using Plerdy, a powerful usability testing tool. This initial setup is the foundation of your analysis, so it's essential to get it right. Let's start by logging into your Plerdy account and navigating to Session Replay. You can set up recording. Here you'll discover the flexibility of Plerdy's recording rules. You can select specific pages, apply additional rules and filters, and even set up automatic deletion of recordings. This level of control allows you to tailor the tool to your specific needs. It's important to note that the data captured in your first recordings can provide valuable insights into user behavior. However, be cautious not to set up too many rules initially, as you may accidentally exclude important sessions. Focus on capturing session length and standard events like cursor movements, clicks, and inputs to ensure you're gathering meaningful data. Once you've set up your recording rules, you can start analyzing session replays by going to Session Replay. List of video sessions. Here you'll find 3 charts that display the average session duration, the number of sessions without any events, and the number of sessions shorter than 15 seconds. Below the charts, you'll find a table that lists all the session recordings. This table includes information such as pages visited, session date, length, location, and user ID. You can open specific sessions to view the replay and analyze user behavior. While watching the replay, you can see events marked with colored dots on the timeline. You can also view additional user information, add tags or comments, and even share the link to the recording with colleagues for further analysis. To make analyzing session replays more efficient, you can apply various filters to narrow down your selection. In Session Replay, list of video sessions, you'll find options to filter by date range, traffic channel, user country, browser type, device type, standard events, user groups, and custom video events. You can also search for sessions on specific website pages or use the video duration filter to find sessions of a specific length and time of day. These filters can help you structure your analysis and quickly identify key insights. That wraps up Lesson 4.2. By utilizing Plerdy's session recordings, you can gain valuable insights into user behavior, spot potential problems, and make informed decisions to improve your website's usability. Stay tuned for more lessons on how to get the most out of Plerdy and its powerful features. Hello everyone. In this lesson, we will discuss conducting surveys and gathering feedback using usability testing tools like Plerdy. This is essential for understanding your users' needs and improving your website's overall experience. So let's get started. Plerdy offers a variety of pop-up forms for collecting user feedback and conducting surveys. These forms are designed for different purposes and can be customized according to your needs. Some examples of these forms are feedback forms and surveys. Now let's take a closer look at these forms and how they can be used effectively. Feedback forms and surveys. These forms are designed to gather user feedback on your website and understand their thoughts about your site. Feedback forms allow users to rate their experience with emojis, while surveys let you ask more specific questions with multiple choice answers. You can measure customer satisfaction, effort, and net promoter scores with these forms. When setting up these forms, it's essential to customize the design and define display rules that determine when and where the forms are shown. For instance, you can choose to show the form on specific pages after a certain number of clicks or when the user is about to leave the website. You can also set up traffic groups to target specific users based on their device type, traffic source, operating system, or location. This helps to make your forms more effective by reaching the right audience. Now let's talk about embedding these forms on your website. Plerdy provides an option to embed the form directly into your website using an iframe. This can be useful if you want the form to be a part of the website's content instead of appearing as a pop-up. Finally, once you have set up and activated your forms, you can track their performance using Plerdy's reporting features. This allows you to monitor their effectiveness and gather valuable insights for improving your website's user experience. In conclusion, conducting surveys and gathering feedback is an essential part of usability testing. Using Plerdy's various form options, you can easily collect valuable information from your users, helping you make data-driven decisions to improve your website's overall performance. That's it for Lesson 4.3. Stay tuned for more insightful lessons on usability testing. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we'll be diving into the process of analyzing test results and pinpointing usability issues. This is a critical step in usability testing as it helps us uncover areas for improvement. So let's get started. First things first, after you've conducted your usability tests, gather all the data and observations. This includes both qualitative and quantitative data. You'll want to go through everything carefully to ensure everything is noticed. Now let's break down the analysis process into 4 simple steps. Step 1, organize your findings. Start by categorizing the data based on the tasks users performed, any errors they encountered, and their overall experience. This will help you see patterns and trends more easily. Step 2, identify common themes. Look for recurring issues that users face during testing. Were there specific tasks they struggled with? Did they have difficulty navigating certain areas of the interface? Take note of these patterns to pinpoint usability issues. Step 3, prioritize the issues. Not all problems are created equal, so it's essential to determine which ones need immediate attention. To do this, consider the impact on users, the frequency of the issue, and how easily it can be resolved. Issues that severely affect user experience should be addressed first. Step 4, create actionable recommendations. Based on your analysis, develop clear, concise solutions to address each usability issue. Keep in mind that these recommendations should be focused on improving the user experience and should be feasible for your design team to implement. Okay, let's go over some tips to help you excel in analyzing test results. Tip 1, stay objective. While analyzing, it's crucial to maintain an unbiased perspective. Avoid the temptation to dismiss or downplay issues just because they don't align with your expectations. Tip 2. Involve your team. Discuss the findings with your design team to encourage collaboration. Different perspectives can lead to a more thorough understanding of the issues and better solutions. Tip 3. Look for the why. When you identify a usability issue, try to understand the underlying cause. This will help you develop more effective solutions and prevent similar problems in the future. Tip 4. Document everything. Keep detailed records of your analysis, including the issues you've identified, their priority levels, and the proposed solutions. This documentation will be invaluable when it's time to present your findings to stakeholders and make improvements to the design. And that's it. By following these steps and tips, you'll be well on your way to analyzing test results and identifying usability issues like a pro. Next time, we'll be discussing how to present your findings and recommendations to stakeholders. So stay tuned and see you in the next lesson. Hey there, welcome back to our usability testing course. In this lesson, we'll focus on analyzing micro and macro conversions using Plerdy. By the end of this video, you'll know how to set up and analyze events or goals and use the data to optimize your website's user experience. All right, let's dive in. First, log into your Plerdy account and navigate to Conversion Setup Goals Events. There, you'll find step-by-step instructions to help you along the way. To set up an event, 1. Start by opening your website and locating the button or element you want to track. 2. Right-click on it and choose Inspect. 3. Look for a class or ID associated with the element and copy it. Of course, this can be not easy at first glance, so we have prepared a guide that you can find in the video description. Next, return to your Plerdy account, create a new conversion, give it a name, and paste the class or ID in the required format. You can also choose to send event data to your Google Analytics account by checking the box. One advantage of Plerdy is that it shows retrospective conversion data, so you can see if similar conversions occurred before you started tracking. Remember, this only applies if you've already added the Plerdy tracking code to your site. Now that you've set up your events, it's time to analyze them. Head over to Goals Events and select a time period. The chart will display each event in a different color, helping you identify patterns and trends at a glance. Beneath the chart, you'll find a table listing the pages on your site along with the number of events. Color-coded cells make it easy to see which events occur most frequently and on which pages. Watch for pages with 0 events, as this could indicate a problem. You can open the heat map directly from the table to investigate a specific page further. This will provide you with more detailed information on user behavior and interaction. In addition to tracking events, Plerdy also allows you to set up conversion funnels. For more information on this feature, check out the next video in our course. And that's it for this lesson on analyzing micro and macro conversions. By following these steps, you'll be able to gather valuable insights on user behavior and make data-driven decisions to improve your website's overall user experience. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Hey everyone, welcome back to our usability testing course. Today we'll explore how to set up e-commerce tracking in Plerdy and use the data to enhance your online store's sales performance. First, log into your Plerdy account and navigate to Conversions e-commerce tracking. With Plerdy's e-commerce tracking, you can monitor various metrics, such as average order value, total revenue, number of transactions, and conversion rate. Setting up e-commerce tracking involves editing HTML code and using JavaScript, so you might need a developer or someone with technical knowledge to help. You can find a link to a guide that describes JS examples for different CMSs in the video description. In summary, you'll need to copy the provided code and replace the variables with your transaction data. Order_IDs, transaction ID, order number, money, total revenue or value of the transaction quantity, number of purchased items. Next, install the edited script on the page that confirms a successful order. Place a test order to ensure the data appears correctly in the Plerdy e-commerce report. If everything matches up, you're good to go. If you're using WordPress or Shopify, Plerdy's plugins and apps will automatically handle e-commerce tracking for you without any extra adjustments. Now let's analyze the influence of web elements on sales. Navigate to Conversions, e-commerce tracking, and click on the desired URL in the table. On this page, you'll see a report showing how users interacted with each element before purchasing. The higher the assigned price, the more influential the element was in driving sales. By selecting quantity of sales in the panel, you can identify which part of the page is most effective. This report is available for e-commerce websites and sites selling services or digital products, as long as you have a thank you page to confirm successful transactions. That's it for this lesson on e-commerce tracking data and sales performance. Keep exploring the rest of the course to learn more about maximizing Plerdy's potential to improve your website's usability. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Hello everyone. Welcome to another lesson in our course on usability testing. In this lesson, we'll explore how to set up and analyze a conversion funnel using Plerdy. A conversion funnel represents the various stages a buyer goes through before making a purchase. It's a valuable tool for understanding user behavior and optimizing the buying process. Let's dive into setting up a conversion funnel in Plerdy. First, log into your Plerdy account and navigate to Conversions. Set up a funnel. Create an internal name for your funnel and add the steps. These steps represent the pages in your buyer's journey. You can add exact URLs or use the Contain option to include a broader range of pages. Remember that your funnel can have up to 7 steps, and you can edit the steps at any time by adding or removing pages. For example, let's say you have an e-commerce store. Your conversion funnel might start with the category page, move on to the product page, then the cart, the checkout page, and finally, the thank you page. Alternatively, you could skip the product page and create a funnel with the category, cart, checkout, and thank you pages. Once your funnel is set up, you can see if users follow your design journey. The funnel will also highlight any drop-offs, showing where users leave the site. This information allows you to analyze which pages have high drop-off rates, indicating potential issues or room for improvement. Utilize session replays, heat maps, and SEO checkers to investigate the problem further and determine how to decrease the drop-off rate. It's important to note that not all drop-offs are due to UX issues. Some could be related to product pricing, selection, or other factors beyond usability testing. Nevertheless, having a user-friendly and optimized website can help convert more visitors into buyers. That's it for this lesson on setting up and analyzing conversion funnels. As always, continue to explore the other lessons in this course to enhance your usability testing skills. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Hey everyone, welcome back to our usability testing course. In today's lesson, we'll discuss first-click testing and analyze the sequence of clicks on your website. So what exactly is first-click testing? It's a type of usability test that observes where users click first when they're presented with a specific task or scenario on a website or online store. The goal is to measure the design's intuitive and user-friendly and whether it effectively guides users toward the desired action. The importance of first-click testing lies in the fact that first impressions matter. If users can't easily find what they're looking for or need clarification on the layout, they're more likely to leave the website and never return. So ensuring a smooth first interaction is crucial for user engagement and conversion. E-commerce stores can be quite complex with numerous pages and dynamic elements. To demonstrate, let's go to Heatmap's clicks, scroll down, and open one of the website's pages. This page has several dynamic elements, such as sorting options, filter buttons, and cart or wish list icons. Analyzing the sequence of clicks for such elements is crucial. First, let's focus on the first click test. UX designers love this test because it helps understand what users initially notice and what stands out. To do this, select first click on the left panel. When analyzing a real online store, segmentation can help you see how different groups of users behave. For instance, direct channel users tend to use the search bar first, while paid channel users might explore categories first. Now let's enable all clicks again. When hovering over the number of clicks, you'll see the sequence of clicks for each element. For example, on the filter button, you might see a certain number of first clicks, second clicks, and so on. This insight can help you understand the user path and determine which elements to emphasize on your website. That wraps up our lesson on first-click testing. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to the next lesson. Hey everyone, welcome back to our course on usability testing. Today's lesson, we're going to explore how to effectively implement A/B testing on your website. A/B testing is a crucial technique for enhancing user engagement and optimizing conversion rates. By comparing two web page versions, we can determine which one performs better and make informed decisions about design changes. Step 1. Formulate your hypothesis. First, identify what you want to change on your web page and why. For instance, if a button on the main page isn't getting enough clicks, consider changing its color or size. The purpose here is to test how such modifications might influence user behavior. Step 2. Select the test URL. Choose the right page for your test. It should get sufficient traffic, as you'll need a significant amount of data to draw reliable conclusions. Typically, you'd run the test over a period of 2 weeks. Step 3. Define your goal. Decide on your target page or a specific site event that the change will affect. For example, this could be a thank you page or a button click. Setting up A/B testing. If using a tool like Plerdy, navigate to Conversions or Usability testing and click the blue Create a Test button. Here you'll input your test name, add the URL where the test will run, and ensure the appropriate tracking codes are in place. Make sure to clear your site cache and verify the tracking code installation. Test variants and settings. Determine how long your test will run, or decide to stop it manually after gathering enough data. Set rules for your audience based on criteria like country or device type. Set your goals by adding the exact URLs or parts of URLs that will be tracked. Editing Variant B. In the Editing panel for Variant B, make the changes you hypothesized about, like altering a button's color, size, or visibility. You can also tweak HTML content, such as links or images. Be sure to save all your changes. Launching the test. Review your settings, then start the test. You'll be able to see all changes made to the web page during this process. Analyzing A/B testing results. Monitor the session distribution, ensuring each variant receives about 50% of user sessions. Examine key metrics in the improvement column to identify which variant performs better. Pay attention to how different devices and traffic sources impact the results. If variant B shows a negative value in the improvement metric, consider waiting a few more days for more conclusive data, or deem variant B unsuccessful if the trend continues. Analyze why variant B might be underperforming and decide whether to revise or abandon the changes. That wraps up our lesson on A/B testing. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next session, where we'll continue enhancing our skills in usability testing. Hey there! Today, we'll tackle the important task of prioritizing usability issues that emerge from your testing sessions. This step is crucial for making the most out of your usability testing efforts. Once you've gathered all the data, it's time to analyze and categorize the issues. You'll probably find a mix of minor, moderate, and severe problems. But where do you start? The first step is to organize the issues by severity. You can use a simple scale like low, medium, and high, or develop a more detailed rating system that suits your project. When assessing severity, consider these factors. Frequency. How often does the issue occur? Impact. How much does the issue affect the user experience? Persistence. Is the issue easy or difficult to resolve? Next, think about the resources required to fix each issue. This includes the time, effort, and cost involved. Keep in mind that not all issues will demand equal attention, and some may need to be addressed immediately. Now that you have a clear picture of the severity and resource requirements, prioritize the issues by focusing on those that offer the greatest improvement to the user experience with the least amount of resources. One effective method for prioritization is the Moscow technique. This approach involves categorizing issues into 4 groups. Must-have issues that are critical and must be fixed immediately. Should have issues that are important but not critical, should be addressed soon. Could have issues that can enhance the user experience but can wait. Won't have issues that are low priority and can be addressed in the future. Remember, it's not just about fixing the most severe issues. Sometimes addressing a handful of minor problems can significantly improve the user experience. As you prioritize, keep your business goals and user needs in mind. Ensure the improvements align with your overall objectives and provide value to your users. Lastly, always be prepared to adjust your priorities as new information becomes available. Usability testing is an ongoing process, and staying flexible is key to success. In summary, prioritizing usability issues is essential for efficient and effective improvements. By considering factors like severity, resources, and alignment with business goals, you'll make better decisions and enhance the overall user experience. Hello, everyone. Today's lesson is all about developing data-driven strategies in usability testing. Leveraging the data you collect during testing will help you make informed decisions and optimize your website or online store. The first step in creating a data-driven strategy is gathering relevant data from various sources. These sources can include usability tests, user surveys, web analytics, and more. Once you have the data, cleaning and processing are essential. This step involves removing outliers, filling in missing values, and organizing the data so that it is easy to analyze. Now let's dive into data analysis. Look for patterns, trends, and correlations that can provide insights into user behavior and potential usability issues. Visualizations such as graphs and charts can help identify these patterns. With a solid understanding of the data, you can start formulating hypotheses. These hypotheses should be based on your identified patterns and serve as the foundation for your data-driven strategy. Next, it's time to test your hypotheses. Design experiments to validate or refute your assumptions. This process might involve A/B testing, user surveys, or additional usability testing sessions. As you gather new data from your experiments, analyze the results and use them to refine your hypotheses. This iterative process will help you better understand user needs and preferences. Once you have validated your hypotheses, use the insights to develop targeted, data-driven strategies. These strategies can include changes to your website or online store design, as well as updates to your content and messaging. It's crucial to continuously monitor your progress and track the impact of your data-driven strategies. Keep an eye on key performance indicators, KPIs, to ensure your changes are delivering the desired results. Lastly, always continue learning. Embrace a culture of continuous improvement by staying curious and always looking for new ways to leverage data in your usability testing efforts. In summary, developing data-driven strategies is key to optimizing your website or online store. By gathering, analyzing, and utilizing data, you'll make more informed decisions and ultimately improve the user experience. Hey there! Today we'll be discussing how to implement usability improvements based on the insights you've gathered during usability testing. We'll go through the steps to ensure a smooth transition from testing to execution. Before diving into implementation, make sure you've prioritized usability issues and developed data-driven strategies, as covered in previous lessons. This will help you focus on the most important improvements. Start by creating a clear action plan. Outline the steps needed to implement each improvement and set realistic deadlines. This will help you stay organized and on track. Next, assemble a team with the right skills and expertise to tackle the improvements. Depending on your needs, this might include designers, developers, content creators, and other specialists. Communication is key during implementation. Regularly update your team on progress, challenges, and any changes to the plan. This will help ensure everyone is on the same page and working towards the same goals. As you implement changes, make sure to document everything. This can include design files, code updates, and content revisions. Proper documentation will help you track the changes and make future updates easier. Once improvements are in place, conduct quality assurance (QA) tests to ensure they are working as intended. This will help you identify and fix any issues before rolling out the changes to your users. After QA testing, it's time to launch your improvements. Deploy the changes and monitor your website or online store closely to ensure everything is running smoothly. Remember to gather user feedback post-implementation. This can be done through surveys, user reviews, or even additional usability testing. Use this feedback to refine your improvements and continue optimizing the user experience. Finally, analyze the impact of your improvements by measuring key performance indicators, KPIs, and comparing them to your baseline metrics. This will help you gauge the success of your changes and identify areas for further improvement. In conclusion, implementing usability improvements is a crucial step in optimizing your website or online store. By following a structured process and staying organized, you'll be well on your way to enhancing the overall user experience. Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about retesting and iterating for continuous improvement in usability testing. It's essential to keep refining your website or online store to ensure a consistently great user experience. Remember, usability testing is not a one-time activity. Regularly testing and iterating based on user feedback and data is crucial for long-term success. So when should you retest? Generally, it's a good idea to conduct retesting after implementing major improvements or updates. This helps you validate whether the changes have had the desired impact. To kick off the retesting process, review your previous test scenarios and tasks and update them as needed to accommodate any new features or changes. Next, consider recruiting a new set of participants. This ensures fresh perspectives and helps avoid any biases from previous testers. As you gather new insights, compare the results with your previous testing data. Look for trends, improvements, and any lingering issues that still need to be addressed. Remember that you may need to revisit your priorities as you iterate. Some usability issues might become more pressing as your website or online store evolves. Stay flexible and adapt your action plan accordingly. Once you've identified new areas for improvement, develop data-driven strategies and implement changes, just as we discussed in previous lessons. After implementing changes, continue monitoring user feedback and key performance indicators, KPIs, to gauge the success of your improvements. This ongoing analysis will help you identify new opportunities for optimization. In conclusion, retesting and iterating are crucial for maintaining a high-quality user experience. Embrace the process of continuous improvement and watch your website or online store flourish. Hey everyone! Today's lesson is all about creating effective usability test reports. This is a crucial step in communicating your findings to stakeholders and guiding the next steps in the improvement process. First off, let's discuss the importance of usability test reports. They serve as a comprehensive summary of your testing process, findings, and recommendations. These reports help stakeholders understand the issues and prioritize their efforts. So how do you create an effective usability test report? Let's start with the structure. A well-organized report typically includes an executive summary, a description of the methodology, a summary of the participants, a detailed account of the findings, recommendations for improvement. The executive summary is a high-level overview of the report. It should briefly cover the objectives, methodology, key findings, and recommendations. This section is crucial for busy stakeholders who may need more time to read the entire report. Next, outline the methodology. Explain how you conducted the usability test, including the testing environment, tasks, scenarios, and tools. This section provides context and allows others to understand your approach. In the participant summary, provide an overview of your test subjects. Include demographics, recruitment methods, and any relevant segmentation. This helps stakeholders understand the sample's representativeness. Now let's dive into the findings. This section should be detailed and organized by issue or theme. Include screenshots, quotes, and other visuals to support your points. Highlight both positive and negative aspects, and rank the issues by severity or impact. Finally, present your recommendations for improvement. Ensure these are actionable and based on your findings. If possible, include estimated timelines and resources needed for implementation. To wrap up, remember that effective usability test reports are clear, concise, and well-organized. They provide valuable insights to stakeholders, helping them prioritize improvements and enhance the user experience. Lesson 6.2. In this lesson, we'll explore how Plerdy can help you visualize usability testing data, making it easier to analyze and understand. Let's get started. Plerdy offers several tools and features for visualizing your data. These visualizations provide valuable insights, allowing you to make informed decisions based on your usability test findings. First up is the Heatmaps feature. Heatmaps help you understand how users interact with your website by displaying user clicks, mouse movements, and scroll depth. These visual representations simplify identifying trends, such as popular areas or elements that may be causing confusion. Next, we have the event tracking feature. This tool lets you set up custom events to track specific user interactions like button clicks or form submissions. Plerdy then presents this data in clear charts and graphs, giving you a better understanding of user behavior and engagement. Another powerful visualization tool in Plerdy is the sales performance feature. This option tracks your e-commerce data, such as conversion rates, average order values, and revenue. With Plerdy's visualization capabilities, you can easily spot patterns and trends that could impact your online store's success. Plerdy also provides segmentation options, allowing you to filter data by various criteria, such as device type, traffic source, or location. Visualizing data for specific user segments allows you to uncover insights that might be missed when looking at aggregated data. Lastly, Plerdy's dashboard offers an at-a-glance view of your most important metrics, such as page views, bounce rates, and session durations. This high-level summary helps you monitor your site's performance and spot any potential issues that warrant further investigation. In conclusion, Plerdy's visualization tools make it easy to analyze and interpret your usability testing data. By leveraging these features, you can better understand your users' experiences and make data-driven decisions to improve your website's usability. Hey everyone! Today we'll discuss a vital aspect of usability testing: communicating findings to stakeholders. This lesson will guide you through the process of effectively presenting your insights. The main goal when communicating findings is to ensure stakeholders understand the results, their implications, and the necessary actions. This requires clarity, empathy, and persuasion. First, let's talk about the audience. Know your stakeholders, their roles, responsibilities, and concerns. This will help you tailor your presentation, making it more relevant and engaging. Next, consider the format. You may choose to present your findings through a formal report, an interactive presentation, or a workshop. The best approach depends on your stakeholders' preferences and the complexity of the findings. Regardless of format, always start with a brief overview. Summarize the objectives, methodology, and key findings. This sets the stage and ensures everyone is on the same page. Now, delve into the details. Present your findings in a logical order, grouping related issues together. Use visuals like screenshots, graphs, and videos to illustrate your points. This helps stakeholders better grasp the problems and their impact. As you discuss each finding, emphasize its importance by explaining how it affects the user experience and business goals. This helps stakeholders prioritize improvements and allocate resources effectively. After presenting the findings, offer clear, actionable recommendations. If possible, provide estimated timelines and resource requirements. This enables stakeholders to make informed decisions and take appropriate action. Finally, engage your audience. Encourage questions, feedback, and discussion. This promotes buy-in and ensures everyone understands the findings and next steps. To summarize, communicating findings to stakeholders requires a clear, engaging, and persuasive presentation. Keep your audience in mind. Use visuals effectively, and foster engagement to ensure a successful outcome. Hey everyone! In this lesson, we'll focus on best practices for reporting and presentation. These tips will help you create compelling usability test reports that communicate your findings effectively. Begin slide 2. First, always start with a clear, concise executive summary. This section should provide a high-level overview of the test objectives, methodology, key findings, and recommendations. It's essential for stakeholders who need a quick understanding of your work. When presenting your findings, use clear, non-technical language. Avoid jargon and explain any terms your audience may not be familiar with. This ensures that everyone can easily grasp the information. Make your report visually appealing. Use a consistent layout, clear headings, and an easy-to-read font. Break up text with bullet points, images, and graphics. This keeps readers engaged and helps them process the information. Visuals are crucial for illustrating your points. Use screenshots, videos, or even GIFs to show the issues you've identified. These visual aids help stakeholders understand the user experience and the impact of your findings. Don't just list problems, offer solutions. For each finding, provide specific, actionable recommendations. Describe how these changes can enhance the user experience and contribute to business goals. It's essential to prioritize your findings. Group them by severity, frequency, or impact. This helps stakeholders understand which issues need immediate attention and which can be addressed later. When delivering your presentation, practice active listening. Encourage questions and feedback from stakeholders. and be prepared to clarify or expand on your points. This fosters a collaborative atmosphere and ensures everyone's concerns are addressed. Finally, remember to follow up. After the presentation, send a summary or the full report to stakeholders. Offer to meet with individuals or teams to discuss the findings further. This demonstrates your commitment to improving the user experience and can help ensure your recommendations are implemented. In summary, effective reporting and presentation are crucial for communicating usability test results. By following these best practices, you can create compelling reports that drive improvements and contribute to your website's success. Hey everyone! Today we'll explore additional usability testing methods that can complement the techniques we've already covered. These methods can provide unique insights and help you comprehensively understand the user experience. First up is card sorting. This technique involves asking users to organize content or features into categories that make sense to them. This can reveal how users perceive and categorize information, helping you design more intuitive navigation structures. Eye tracking studies are another valuable method. These tests use specialized equipment to track users' eye movements as they interact with your website. This data can reveal areas of interest or confusion, guiding design improvements. Heuristic evaluation is an expert-led method that involves reviewing a website against a set of usability principles. This can help you identify potential issues and areas for improvement before conducting user tests. Another technique is the cognitive walkthrough. This involves experts simulating a user's thought process while completing tasks in your website. It can help identify barriers to task completion and areas where users may experience confusion or frustration. Finally, we have diary studies. In these tests, users document their experiences with a website over an extended period. Diary studies provide valuable insights into long-term use patterns, habits, and challenges. Begin slide 9. Remember, it's essential to select the right method for your specific goals and context. By combining these additional techniques with the core usability testing methods we've discussed, you can gain a comprehensive understanding of user behavior and drive meaningful improvements. Lesson 7.2. In this lesson, we'll discuss the importance of staying up to date with the latest usability testing trends and best practices. To ensure your usability testing efforts remain effective, it's crucial to keep your finger on the pulse of the industry. This means staying informed about new methodologies, tools, and approaches that can help you optimize your testing process. One way to stay current is to follow industry blogs, podcasts, and websites. Some great resources include the Nielsen-Norman Group, Usability Geek, and UX Matters. These outlets regularly publish articles, interviews, and case studies that can help you learn from others' experiences. Another excellent way to stay informed is by attending conferences and workshops. Not only will you hear from industry experts, but you'll also have the chance to network with fellow professionals and learn about their challenges and successes. Some top usability conferences include UXPA, Interaction, and UX Strat. Don't forget the power of social media. Platforms like Twitter and LinkedIn can be valuable resources for discovering the latest news, opinions, and discussions in the usability testing community. Follow prominent UX professionals, usability testing companies to stay in the loop. Participating in online forums and communities is another fantastic way to stay updated. Joining groups on platforms like Reddit or Slack can give you access to a wealth of knowledge and experiences from your peers. Plus, you can ask questions and share insights of your own. Lastly, consider attending online courses and webinars to enhance your skills and knowledge. Platforms like Udemy, Coursera, and LinkedIn Learning offer a wide range of courses from beginner to advanced on usability testing and UX design topics. By actively staying updated on usability testing trends and best practices, you'll ensure that your testing efforts remain cutting-edge and effective. Continuous learning and growth are essential in this ever-evolving field, so don't hesitate to explore new resources and opportunities. Hello and welcome back. In today's lesson, we'll recap the key learnings from our usability testing course. Let's dive in and refresh our memories on the essential concepts and tools we've covered. First, we discussed the importance of usability testing and how it helps identify potential issues in your website's design or user experience. We learned that by understanding users' needs, we can optimize our websites to create a smoother experience and ultimately boost conversion rates. We delved into various usability testing methods, such as moderated and unmoderated testing, A/B testing, card sorting, and tree testing. Using different testing techniques, we can gather valuable insights to make informed design and content improvement decisions. Our course also covered essential tools for usability testing, like heat maps, session replays, and form analytics. These tools provide visual data helping you pinpoint where users encounter issues and identify opportunities to enhance your website's user experience. We explored the concept of conversion funnels, which help track users' journeys through the website and identify potential drop-off points. Analyzing and optimizing conversion funnels can increase the chances of converting visitors into customers. Another key learning was the first click test, which allows us to understand what users notice first on a web page and how they interact with various elements. This test helps us determine which elements to emphasize and optimize the user's path through our website. Throughout the course, we stress the importance of continuous improvement and regular usability testing. As user behavior and technology evolve, staying up to date and adjusting your website accordingly is crucial to maintaining an optimal user experience. Thank you for joining us on this journey through usability testing. We hope you now have a solid understanding of the various testing methods and tools available and feel confident in applying these techniques to enhance your website's user experience. Remember, a user-friendly website is key to driving conversions and achieving success in the digital world. Good luck and happy testing.